Hi, welcome to Mondays with Monica. I'm your host, Monica. It's great to have you, and it's amazing new week. We had a great day yesterday with Mother's Day here in the UK, and I hope you did celebrate your mothers. And we just have had a week of women's celebrations, so that's fantastic. Because last week we had International Women's Day, but I just wanted to just continue in line with that and just speak about some mothers in the Bible. We can see. Jochebed, who is Moses' mother, she had to give a child up for adoption because just to save him because of Pharaoh killing all the children under the age of 2. So she hid him for 3 months. And we can see that she went ahead and put him in this basket. And even today we call some baskets Moses baskets because of this. And then we see that he was actually brought up in the palace, and later on, became a savior toward the Israelites. So that sacrifice of giving up her child, first of all, her bravery in actually hiding her child, because you know she's just brave, like to do that, and then also ensuring that he actually did live, and even with regards to that, she was blessed to still nurse her child um after the whole event. She Pharaoh's he's found in the water, and then they'll ask her, do you want to have a nursemaid? And then his own mother is able to actually feed her child. So God always has a plan and purpose, even when things seem like the odds are against you. God has a plan and a purpose for every child. um then we look at Samson's mother. We don't know what her name was, but she just was given a set of rules to follow. They told her, don't cut his hair, don't he's going to be a Nazarene from the time he's born, don't drink anything. And she followed the rules because she knew this child was a special promise from God, and she'd been barren all this time. And that was her condition for bearing her child. And sometimes we can go through moments, some mothers may go through some moments where things are, it's not an easy birth. They've had to go through various treatments, etc., to get their child. But we thank God for the blessing of children. We also see Hannah had kept her promise. And in her keeping her promise, just she was really, really, really wanting children. And she went and she mumbled, and she was praying, and someone thought she was drunk, and she's like, no, I'm not drunk. This is Eli was asking her in First Samuel, saying that I'm just crying out to the Lord. Like, she couldn't even speak. She was just like mumbling right below her breath about how she wanted this child. And God blessed her with Samuel, and she promised, she'd nurse him, she'd wean him, and she'd, bring him to the house of the Lord thereafter. And she did. And in doing so, she was blessed with more children. So we can see that even when you're obedient to the word, you're able to see promise of God. Some people are also single mothers that we see in the Bible, such as Hagar. Now, Hagar, initially in Jewish custom, you could have had somebody have a child for you if you were unable to bear children. And so Hagar was the maidservant to Sarah and Abraham. And so she gave birth, and then Sarah despised her and then chased her away. And she, first of all, Hagar ran away with her child because Sarah wasn't treating her well. Then, she gets to the desert. She meets an angel. Angel says, go back. She listens to the angel's advice. And then she goes back, and then she's, asked to leave with her child, and, told that her child would be brought up in the desert, etc. But that's Ishmael. And so as a single mother, she goes off, and then she has this great nation come out of her. The promise is still given. So even as a single mother, don't feel that you can't, do anything. God knows the struggles you're going through, but every day that strength to endure is what he gives you to keep going and pushing. And Sarah, she wanted this baby quick. She got Hagar to have a baby, and God said, "That's not the baby I promised you." And then she still gave birth to her baby. She waited and she got her baby. And we thank God for her laughter, and he was called Isaac. So then also, um, we've got Jesus's mom, Mary, how she was just an amazing mother, and gave such wisdom. Beginning of his ministry was her saying, they were at the marriage feast, and they told that came and said, "Oh, the wine's run out," and she went to him, and he was like, "Well, why are you telling me about this wine running out? Nothing to do with me." And she just told the waiters, or whatever he tells you to do it. And we thank God, that we've got different people in the Bible who are even mother figures. We don't hear about their children. And some people, it takes a village to raise a child. Some people may not have children, but are looked up to as mothers, and we thank God for their lives, because wisdom and love and just being there, whether it's emotionally, financially, or just in prayer, is amazing. And that's what, that's a part of mothering, that nurturing element that we need to see. So I just wanted to say that, and also just to say that, some have strained relationships with their mothers, but if you could please try and repair any relationship. It's very difficult. When you lose somebody, it's very difficult to repair that relationship. So as soon as you can, please do repair any relationships that are strained or broken down, not just with your mothers, but with anybody. As I said before in a previous episode, that the if you have any unforgiveness, it's you who's harboring that and allowing that person to live rent free in your brain, or it's like you holding a hot coal. It's easy if you let it go, stop hurting. So also, parents may not know everything, but everything that they do is always with love and interest of their child. So be loving towards your parents. This is one thing, that they don't get a handbook to tell them how to do it right, because every child is different. You're all unique, you're all wonderful. So they were never a parent before, or I didn't have an option, so just give them a chance. So in Exodus 20 verse 12, it says, "Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be prolonged in the land which the Lord your God gives you." So that's all I wanted to say, is just continue celebrating the women in your life, and the men. There's some single fathers that are doing amazing jobs, in looking after their children and raising them up alone. So just continue being the amazing parents that you are, and looking to God for the guidance. And I just also wanted to let you know that I'm also on Sundays on the Chazzy T show on So Online Radio, and that's between 9 and 11, and you can catch me there as well. So take care, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Take care. God bless. Bye.